everyone. Welcome to the ATYL Live Show. I'm your host, Taylor Kitchen, joined by my panel of incredible guests, Dom Joseph, Ben Branscombe, and Adam Lucas. What's going on, guys?
Not much.
Hello,
what about
hello.
you?
Howdy.
Andy, ready for Darlington. I know we have a lot to talk about from this past race weekend, a lot to talk about because we had F1, a fun but grueling F1 weekend if you guys are here in the United States, some 3 a.m. start times. So it was pretty interesting. But of course, we had INDYCAR at Arlington, NASCAR at Vegas, some drama to talk about there. So let's just kind of dive right into it. Let's start off by talking about NASCAR, kind of our bread and butter here. Of course, Denny Hamlin gets the win, an emotional win, of course, won his 60th at this track in the fall, and then winning it here again with his mom there and just everything that he's gone through during the offseason. I guess let's just start off with just the win for Denny. 61st win puts him solidly as the 10th driver on the all-time wins list. There's no asterisk next to it with him tying there. So, Ben, how was it to see that win? Thoughts around it?
I think it's pretty cool. The emotion around it, I think, is huge at the end of the day. All I could think about when it was over was like, how long does it take for Denny Hamlin to now get the NASCAR Hall of Fame? Like, because I think it happens pretty fast once he leaves the sport. Like that was like I would put him in top 10 probably now greatest drivers of all time. Definitely one of the top ones to never win a championship at this point. But yeah, it was awesome to see him win. Awesome to kind of watch that last little run to the last battle he had with Chase Elliott. And just a really great moment for him, especially to share with his family, like to have his wife there, have his mom there, have his daughters there, and be like, it's going to be okay. Like, I think that's the first I felt Denny be like, it's going to be okay. And I think that's a really big step moving forward for him. So
yeah, I totally think, and even if you guys listen to Actions Detrimental, and he was candid post-race, but even on his podcast where it was like, it took me a bit to feel like I was okay in the race car. I went to Bowman Gray, did what I had to do, but he didn't feel like he was all there. But I know, Dom, we talked about before the season started, like, what Denny are we going to get? Because we wouldn't blame him if he didn't return. We wouldn't blame him for however he performed, right? But do you think this is a good sign for things kind of going forward, thinking that we're going to get the Denny back performance-wise, at least that we got last season?
I was talking with Matt Deason, who's been on the show before, about this right after the interview. And the first thing I thought of was, you could see his daughter, Taylor, was really emotional. His mom was really emotional. But he was happy, like smile on his face. And it could be, he's probably hurting inside, but he wanted to have the face of, it's okay. We won. We can celebrate. We can celebrate. We're all really sad. We're hurting, but we can celebrate. So I think that shows that he is still motivated to compete at the highest level, especially the way he won that race too, with the best car, chasing down the Hendrick cars. I think this is a really good sign that we have a almost healed Denny Hamlin. This is the championship and the off-season tragedies. Those are wounds that are going to take a really, really, really long time to heal. Yeah. But he is healing at a good rate. And I'm really happy for that whole team, not just Denny, that whole 11 team, because they left Phoenix devastated. So
yeah,
big rebound for them, and to now make the assertion of we own the mile and a halfs right now. So that's a big deal for them.
Yeah, that's a big thing. Toyota owning the mile and a half stuff right now. So.
I mean, Denny was super strong during that race, and it is a statement. All of Toyota did really well for the most part during that race. And I know we talk about like the Chevys and their new body. We talked about this on the show last week and how they're kind of playing catch up. But there is something to be said, Adam, though, about how well Chase Elliott did. And even like post-race, listening to his interview, he was genuinely like very disappointed. And I don't know if we always hear a lot of emotion out of Chase, but you could kind of hear where he's like, man, that was a close one, right?
Yeah, it also plays along to him just being still the most consistent driver that isn't driving for 2311 or driving a Toyota. Class of the rest of the field, honestly, in my opinion, and I think everyone would agree that they might have found something It's only a matter of when, not a matter of how. I think Hendrick is just starting to warm up, and once they figure this out, it's almost like a typical Hendrick fashion. When the seasons start to get warm, we get this warm weather type races. They seem to start to shine. So it's almost their time. But Toyota right now, yeah, they have the upper hand. And kudos again for Denny going out there and just proving that, hey, he still got it. Old guys rule. I'm putting 2025 behind me, but boy, am I going to let that fire still build inside of me of trying to win one. And now I'm really going to try to win one for my dad in his memory.
100%. There was cause last year to go out and win the championship. There was a whole lot of motivation last year for him, for just the lawsuit, everything, and extra motivation this year for sure. And going back to Chase Elliott, I know a lot of us have talked about this, that Chase's consistency does not get enough credit. And I think we harp on that on the show a lot because it is important to mention where he was in points last year, even just like regular season, for instance. He was able to contend for that regular season title and almost won it to an extent. And now in points, 5 races in, he's sitting 5th in the point standings. Right now, the top 5 is Tyler Reddick by a good margin still for winning those first 3 races. Bubba Wallace still maintains that 2nd spot in points over Ryan Blaney, who's won a race, and over Denny Hamlin, who's run a race. And I also don't know if we give Bubba Wallace enough credit too for his consistency throughout the season. And even if it's not the results, maybe that he's looking for, which I think, 4 top 10s, not bad. He's able to capture those stage points. Again, something that I feel needs to be recognized. And of course, like I said, Chase 5th, and then Christopher Bell, by the way, what a comeback, was outside the top 20 in points and is now 6th. So interesting to look at the points there. I don't know if anyone's looked at the points.
It's fun to look at points again because the points absolutely matter.
Yes. Yeah. It's refreshing. Every week on Above the Yellow Line after the races is when those come out. I love looking at the points and tallying up who moved up certain positions, who didn't, who had like a big decrease. I think what's great is, we're 5 races in, right? And the first maybe 3 races that we had are not a good test of how good these cars actually are. They're chaotic races. They're like super speedway type of tracks in a road course. Doesn't give you a good baseline. But for me, it is refreshing despite that to see the names that you would have hoped for in the playoffs last year up in points early this year. Like I think about the RFK racing cars who were all out of the fight last year, but right now they're all top 16 in points, which I think is fantastic, right? The only one that's a concern for me is Chase Briscoe, but we also know we're now in the Darlington race weekend. This is a great track for him, specifically the Southern 500 for him during the fall. But nonetheless, I think this is a great weekend to start differentiating who actually has a car to contend this year and who was just given some luck based off of our first few tracks. But anything we want to discuss following? Oh, well, yeah, actually, there's something we want to discuss about Vegas this weekend. Adam, I guess I'll throw it to you because you are wearing a SVG shirt relating it to Trackhouse. Of course, old teammates Ross Chastain and Daniel Suarez kind of got into a little bit of a confrontation following the race this week. There was some mess on track. Daniel Suarez explained to the media that it really started kind of on lap 2 when kind of Ross got into him on track. Racing deal. It's all good. It's fine. And then with around 4 or 3 laps to go, Daniel was trying to just kind of make a pass, just squeezed Ross really tight. He said there was no contact. And then on the cool down lap, there was obviously a door from Ross Chastain to Daniel Suarez. And then, of course, going down to pit road, there were some shoves and they were separated. There's a whole conversation we can have about the boys have at it conversation, which I would like to have here. But I guess, Adam, from your perspective, were you kind of surprised seeing how those two interacted post-race? I think a lot of people kind of equated it to like feeling like a breakup. Like, oh my gosh,
I was going to say, it's just a jealous ex-girlfriend realizing that they made a mistake or that they weren't really true in their former relationship, i.e. driving with Trackhouse. I think it's just one of those deals where frustrations start to boil over, where you realize, okay, maybe this year we're seeing stuff in our data that's saying, okay, we're not going to be that great. We're going to barely chug along in this first quarter, and then it's all downhill from here. I wonder if that's what's happening at Spire with what's happened, what's with Suarez specifically. I mean, don't get me wrong, they definitely showed a little bit of fallback this past weekend. But you know, I don't think Daniel and Ross play the best together. I don't think they played the best together even when they were teammates. I think it's just kind of a, all right, now that we're not teammates, it's still going to look kind of like a weird deal. But I don't know. There's a lot more to be said, but I don't think I have enough time to really get into it, especially with some hot takes I might have about it. But
Oh yeah,
it's muy caliente.
well, and to your point, I did want to kind of back up something with a quote here. Ross Chastain had media availability at the NASCAR Media Center, I'm just going to call it in Concord, and spoke to a select group of media members. And he talked about it and was like, Daniel's like better than us right now. Like in terms of speed, he goes, we don't even have to worry about each other. He doesn't even have to worry about me. We're just behind, right? And there is all this talk about, is Daniel targeting the Trackhouse drivers? And Daniel addressed that in his vlog, and he was like, no, like just kind of circumstantial, obviously. But it's very interesting to hear something of what Daniel had said. He said, quote, "We're very different kind of people. That's okay. I will always respect him. But the kind of words that he said after the race is just completely unacceptable. That's chicken stuff," is what he said. And for Ross, just to quote some of what he said in his media availability, he does admit that he would have liked to have approached the situation differently if he had time to think about it. He said, in the moment, I was definitely hot and angry and would do different if I had time to think about it. Definitely would not have swerved to him after the race. Didn't mean to, would do that different if I could, wouldn't shove him, X, Y, and Z. He did say ultimately he was just over the conversation, saying that Daniel lacks the ability to take accountability and was just kind of tired of it. But it's interesting to kind of see that dynamic. But I guess going forward, Ben, I don't know, like, is there an expectation if this is going to carry forward, or like, what do you think?
I don't think there's an expectation to do it. I think both of them want to be done with it.
Yeah.
I think this is a very messy breakup energy, and I think both of them don't want to deal with it. I don't think Daniel Suarez wants to deal with it, but he does. We've talked about it all off season and so far this season. He's got a chip on his shoulder. This may be his last chance in the Cup Series if he doesn't mess it up. Like if he could be done. And you know, it's like one of those things, going back to the relationship metaphor. It's like seeing ex with a new guy or a new partner that you're like, wow, I hate that. Like that grinds my gears badly. And that's like, you got to feel bad for the guy. So I get having the frustration with Ross. He has come out and said that he didn't have the best relationship with him. And I can probably see that in some ways. But like, it's just a weird situation. I think both of them really want to be done with it as fast as they can.
Yeah. I mean, it does give the energy of a messy breakup, and the energy of like, I don't want to say jealousy, because that's not what I mean. I don't want to speak for Daniel. I don't want to speak whatever, but it's a tricky situation, you know? And, I mean, they're going to be on track with each other every single race weekend. So they're just going to have to deal. Right. But I don't know. I guess even too, looking at the season so far, Dom, is there a sense of, do we feel like one or the other team is stronger right now? Like, do you feel like Spire right now is a bit stronger performance-wise, or do you feel maybe Trackhouse has a leg up? I know it's difficult because, I mean, both organizations are, I feel like, consistently changing or evolving.
Yeah, it's early. I think is the fair point here, because we've seen teams. I think Hendrick Motorsports is a great example where we're talking about how they're still getting a feel for the new Chevrolet body, but this is correct me if I'm wrong, Adam. We saw this in 2012 when everyone was saying, when's Hendrick going to win? Then they won 4 straight weeks. So just give it time. They'll figure the car out and then they'll go and dominate. So I think my point is it's early. I still feel like the Spire story is the same that it was last year, and it's that their performance is flipped to what it should be. Right now, it's practice great, qualify good, race bad. So I think once they get that sorted out, I think they're going to be really, really good. I do think though they've got the advantage on Trackhouse because they're competing head to head with them and beating them. And Trackhouse is seeing what 2311 is doing.
Yeah.
They came in the same year. They're seeing what 2311 is doing. They're like, how are they this far ahead of us? And I get it. Like the Toyota pole is so much smaller. There's less mouths to feed if you're TRD, whereas Chevrolet has the rest of the field, it feels like.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that has a lot to do with it, because for me, the expectation is 2311 should be their biggest rival because they came in at the same time, and they want their progression to be equal to them, whether good or bad. They want to say, okay, well, hey, they're struggling, but we are too. So they've got the same development issues we have. But look at the points. They're 1-2 in the standings right now, and it's by a good distance. So I think for that reason, Spire is having a better start to the year than Trackhouse. And honestly, what has shocked me the most is Zilich.
That's a launch.
After listening to Radioactive, what concerns me after listening to this week's Radioactive, all of his confidence is gone.
Yeah.
And after the year he had last year, and you switch over to this entirely different race car, he's having to relearn how to be a race car driver. And that's a scary place to be if you're a rookie in the NASCAR Cup Series. So, and the points deficit only gets larger each week. So,
if for Connor Zilich,
go ahead.
Oh,
no, you first.
Thanks. I was going to say, just for Connor Zilich, there is so much pressure on him to perform. I think the expectation isn't right away, of course. There's an understanding he's a rookie and he's going to learn. And his driving style was so well suited in those O'Reilly cars. But you have to think, you're quote unquote taking a guy's seat, quote unquote, kind of, sort of. There was already kind of a plan there in place. But you're like boy wonder, you've won left and right. Like, I don't know. It sucks to kind of see Connor Zilich, who we know to be a fantastic race car driver, just have crap luck and just not have the performance that I think we would have liked. When you have superstars in the sport, you hope that they can maintain, and then part of maintaining that stardom is maintaining the performance. But it's unrealistic to think that he's going to win 10 races when he gets to Cup. That's not going to happen unless you're like SVG and we go to like 50 million road courses.
Yeah.
But I hate that the confidence isn't there, and then in some regard, the star power is greatly lost, I think.
So, and Ben and Adam can back me up on this. What hurts him is Kyle Larson was good out of the gate in a Cup car in 2014. So it's Chase Elliott and Ryan Blaney were competitive, like decent. They were competitive for a rookie when they came into the Cup Series. Larson was 2014. Me would not admit this, but Larson was ahead of the curve when he came into the Cup Series. That's what Zilich has going up against him, is like, well, look how good Larson was when he came into the Cup Series. He adjusted quickly. I fear we are so early into this too, and I'm keep reminding myself that, like, when we get towards the chase, maybe we'll have a better look at this. But I'm seeing comparisons to the Eric Jones chosen one look, and then he got to Cup, and it wasn't an immediate adjustment to the Cup car. But it's still very early.
One could almost say he's having the Joey Logano effect.
Also true. Yeah.
I don't want to. I'm halfway with you, Dom. I don't want to like call it that early, that fast. I don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater, so to speak.
No, definitely.
Because I think about it and I'm like, he's never worked with Randall Burdett. This is probably a brand new group of people. What are we giggling at? The baby in the bathwater comment?
Yeah, I've never heard that before.
You never heard throw the baby in the bathwater?
That Kentuckyism.
That's like a
I've heard that many times before.
Okay, hold on. First off,
I'm on your
Chad,
side then.
who has heard throw out the baby with the bathwater? That's like old school comment. Second thing I want to get to, because there's a question. JGR fan Dom 54. I don't think Ty Gibbs wins at Darlington. I just want to get that out of the way. Because I saw your question and it was directly at me, so I want to get that away. I don't think he wins at Darlington. I'd be shocked. I don't want to. I'm not going to put that label on Zilich yet, just because it's too early. Like, I think it's too early to say that. Because I like, if he had standout performances in this car in his few random starts, sure, like, yeah, I'd be really worried. But I don't think he's even had that incredible of runs in the Gen 7 when he's ran cup races in the past few years. Like, if it's the halfway point in the season and he's 27th in points and has 5 top 10s, and we go to Sonoma and he runs like dog water, then I'm going to be like, ooh, this may be a throwaway year for the man. And he just needs to go back to the basics in a lot of ways. The Eric Jones comparison, though, is actually interesting because I was talking about this with someone today of like, and I wonder the same with Zilich. If you had more horsepower constantly throughout these cars, what would that look like for them? Because I told someone, I said, I think if these cars had constantly the 750 horsepower package or more, I think Eric Jones would be more relevant. And I wonder the same about Connor Zilich. I wonder if Connor Zilich had more horsepower, would he be more relevant in these cars? Or more of that ability to have mechanical grip and be on the edge just to an aero grip thing. So
I think Trackhouse got lost in the sauce with the paint schemes, honestly. I think they got too creative with creative, and they let the performance fall behind. Because I tell you, the Red Bull cars look great, even though we're running 30th.
This is another thing, and I'm sorry to get off topic, Taylor. I apologize.
Nah, you're good.
What if Trackhouse is just okay and they never were that great and like they're being carried?
So, well, here's my thought. They were benefited by the introduction, I think, of the Gen 7 car when things were just kind of even playing field. And that's when I think we saw them at their strongest, right?
Yeah.
Now that everyone's figured it out and caught up to speed, it's kind of like, oh, well, maybe the performance never really was there. Maybe it is just the road courses are the specialty. I know we've seen Ross do well at Phoenix before, right? But there's some standouts here and there.
Team on his back.
He has. But you're right. Look, I don't know if they were ever awesome. I think the awesomeness from the team early on was maybe just a benefit of the newer car.
Yeah, I think that plays into it some, because then I also think about colleague racing, and I think colleague racing, in my opinion, is only relevant because AJ Allmendinger carries that team at times.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to say that, and that may be a hot take to the rest of the world, but like, I think AJ puts that team on his back regularly, both in what was Xfinity, now O'Reilly, and in the Cup Series to some degree. Like it's just my opinion, but
fully agree.
No, agree. Yeah. I don't think it's a hot take.
That makes sense.
Yeah. You know what else makes sense, you guys? You know what makes sense?
What
it's
makes
getting
sense,
your cards. It's getting your cards from Card Gorilla,
Oh.
you guys. It is when you are thinking through, where do I get my trading cards? I love the game of ripping a pack of cards and just seeing what I get. You know, what makes sense is going to cardgorilla.com/ATYL. There's live breaks. There's boxes of cards. There's fantastic cards that I have my eye on the website that I hope nobody takes from me, because I think it'd be great to have in my collection. But Dan over at Card Gorilla is fantastic. They do 2 live breaks a week. They are so fun to get in on. So get your spots at cardgorilla.com/ATYL. Also, just again, go there to get your cards. Tell Dan I sent you over there. But again, thanks so much to Card Gorilla for partnering with us during this episode. cardgorilla.com/ATYL. And with that said, gentlemen, I want to make a quick pit stop over to the world of INDYCAR, because we had a big weekend with the Arlington, or I guess, yeah, the Grand Prix of Arlington is what they've deemed it. Really cool track. Yes, in Tejas. John Durajuris, by the way, the motorsport enthusiast, was at the track. Looked like he had a fantastic time. But Dom, I don't know how much of like practice and qualifying that you ended up watching, but I was very excited from the start. Okay, so initial thoughts then.
First of all, I loved how positively it was received by the drivers. That's a big deal. But no, it's a really good track. It's a really good course. And I had the original fear of what Nashville was, where it's a decent course, but extremely bumpy. Yes. And that was going to hurt a lot of the drivers. But oh my goodness. Yeah, it was such a good race. all the way through, like practice, qualifying, the Grand Prix. It was all really good. It was cool to see Palou really flex his muscle and like force Kirkwood to be at his best, because if not, he was going to pounce, and Kirkwood was at his best. So I thought overall, really good race, and I would love to see them go back. And I think it was received really well too. Like stands were packed and everything. So that makes it even better.
I mean, it was a sold-out crowd, according to INDYCAR, which is phenomenal for a first year of a race. I mean, it always helps when you have it on a street course, right, to bring in the masses. But from all accounts, it seemed fantastic. And like even to Scott McLaughlin kind of sharing the track's praises. And even though I know the track didn't love him all the time, I should say.
No.
But nevertheless, it was really cool to see kind of how the weekend worked out. What was so funny to me too was there was a moment where Mick Schumacher was saying like, hey, like going into turn 10, like my car feels like it's going to break. Like, I don't think we're going to hang on to it. And Townsend Bell on the broadcast said, well, welcome to IndyCar, Mick. Like, this is it. This isn't like your Streets of Monaco. This isn't like, this is IndyCar. This is how we race. And I thought that was a funny moment. But for me, more so to just be like, there's so many interesting personalities in IndyCar this year. There's, I feel like a really, maybe not a great battle for Rookie of the Year necessarily, but there is a standout rookie in there, which I think is really cool, just to kind of see performance-wise. But yeah, like Kyle Kirkwood, the fact that, I mean, he's kind of known as like the king of the street courses in a way. Like that's
almost
what they've named him.
The way he's been running the recent years, definitely. And I think what was good about that race too, in terms of the championship, Andretti needed that race for Will Power to actually finish finally once this year after having good cars, but just having something happen and wrecking out, being very competitive. But for Kyle Kirkwood, it wasn't just handed to him. He had to race all the way to the front. So it was an excellent race for him, watching him go through the pack, and had to really show Palou that he was someone to be messed with at that racetrack.
And remember last year too, the only one that could consistently, and I say this lightly because I mean, Alex Palou kind of ran away with the championship last year, but the only one who was able to consistently kind of put the fight to him was Kirkwood, right? Yeah. So I get curious where I'm like, okay, after maybe a chaotic first few races, of course, the streets of St. Pete totally new to like the truck series, and it was like a fun collaborative weekend. There was some chaos there for IndyCar, of course. But then I'm wondering, like, are we going to see kind of the same thing as last year? Because Alex Palou even said, man, I only won a certain amount of races last year. How can I win them all? And I'm like, that's a crazy mindset to go into this season with, a championship mindset, but crazy nonetheless. So it makes me really excited for the rest of the year.
Yeah, 100%. And I think too, when we get to Indianapolis too, I just, there's something so special about that. And I think now that Palou has been beaten twice this year, there's a lot of people that are going to have their eyes on Indianapolis for that opportunity. Penske rebounding on an oval with Newgarden winning. They want to get the throne back at Indy. So that's going to be awesome. But as for the rest of the year too, I think Andretti now has finally have dusted off the cobwebs, and they're ready to go fight Ganassi for the title. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I think Palou is still the heavy favorite. But how about Kirkwood making it an interesting out of the gate?
Mm-hmm. I'm all ready for the season to be made interesting, because it's crazy to think that it was over 600 days that Palou led the championship standings until Phoenix, right?
Yep. That's an insane stat.
Yeah, which is, I mean, you don't think about that often. You're like, oh my gosh, like that's right. Like Alex Palou has just been dominating the series, and it's something that you're used to, and then when he's not, it just feels weird.
A series that cares about points. That's a crazy stat. We can have that this year. I mean, hey,
that's fair.
That's how I felt when Jimmy Johnson was starting to become irrelevant. And I was like, what do we do now?
Yeah, what's happening?
The 2011 championship run when Stewart and them were going at it, and I was like, he's not relevant now. What do you mean?
Yeah.
What do I do with my life? Am I supposed to be excited now? I haven't felt this in years.
Yes. Wait, like, is it okay for you to be excited?
What?
Yeah.
The Etsy witch worked.
I don't think I knew what Etsy was in 2011. I barely had the internet.
Apparently it was just a cool. Hey, how about the catering crew that ran out on the track in Arlington
during
practice?
Oh, that's
okay. Can someone? I don't know about this. Can someone get me up to speed? Like,
It was wild.
They were just pushing a cart on the racetrack right
Like
before,
not even hustling. They were walking at like a
right
snail's
before
pace.
warm up or something like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was. Yeah, they
Yeah.
just the camera just cuts to 2 people from a catering company pushing a cart on the racetrack.
I love that though for them. I hope they had a great time and probably lost their jobs or hard cards at least, or soft cards, whatever.
Yeah. You know,
that company just won't be catering next year.
yeah. You know,
Come with fans. Bring
I
money.
feel like every other IndyCar race has to have something bizarre happen.
Yeah.
That's par for the course for IndyCar.
Yeah. So
Especially
definitely.
with Barber and it's yeah.
I just can't get over the username Arby's meat camo. That's what I'm laughing more than the Etsy witches for the win comment. Honestly,
Imagine getting no scoped by Arby's meat camo.
Wow.
That's the Modern Warfare 2 lobby energy, man, and I'm here for it.
For those that might be listening later on, there's a user Arby's meat camo on the screen right now with an
Game
Etsy
came out a
witches
week
for
ago.
the
How is
win.
he already prestiged?
Yeah.
Somebody get Aubrey's meat camo out.
1v1 me
No.
gun game, brother.
1v1 me, bro.
Man,
Good
I'm
game.
surprised we could see the username though, because it's camo.
Oh,
Hey,
Sorry.
oh.
I'm sorry.
Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen.
It
That's
was
our
in
show.
the dirt and you swung.
Sorry. Always expect a bad segue and a horrible joke from yours truly. Man, but speaking of a joke, now if that's a bad
Formula
segue. Yeah, I was gonna say Formula
Just in
One.
my life.
I was just gonna say, no way you switched to F1 with speaking of a joke.
oh.
No, let me be very clear.
That
Let me be
is
very clear.
spectacular.
There is some fantastic racing in F1, considerably with Mercedes and Ferrari in the battles we saw on track this weekend. It has been so fun to see, but then you also know that Mercedes just going to run away with it. That's where they're at. But the joking part
for
of it,
the lead is good. The Mercedes isn't the leader.
yes,
Yeah.
And then when they are, it's like, okay, you know.
When they are, they gone.
But the joke part I am referencing is we are still hearing a lot of backlash and a lot of Mario Kart references, which I'm surprised about, to the regulations. Like, it is brutal. And when your competitors are so brutal about your regulations in these cars, I mean, shoot, as fans, like, what do we have to hope for, right? I mean, crazy weekend.
Yeah, I think what hurts is you get this new set of regulations, and one team is so much better than all of the other teams, to where the best racing was for third, and it was between 2 teammates who were also in the distance from the rest of the field. The field is so spread out between Mercedes, Ferrari, and then the rest, and then there's the group that never finishes because they don't have the mechanical to do so. Which the craziest thing is McLaren is one of those teams. That's not what was on the bingo card. We knew Aston Martin wasn't going to be good. We did not know McLaren was going to be. We didn't think we'd be 2 races into the season, and Piastri has yet to see the lights go out. That's crazy. But yeah, for Mercedes to be this much better than everybody else, and I think the icing on the cake is what upsets me, and what probably upsets most everybody else, is the fact that the cars are slowing down while going straight.
Yeah.
That's like, how is that possible?
It's weird.
So I think that's just crazy that that's a problem. And we get these regulations for probably another 4 years. So we have to deal with it.
Have you guys seen Ballad of Buster Scruggs on Netflix?
No.
I'm gonna make the. Do you know the meme of what's his name, that he's a cowboy getting ready to be hanged. He looks over and says, "First time."
Oh yeah.
Like, so that's from that movie. But like, talking about it, all I can think about is NASCAR fans being like, "First time," like when it comes to Gen 7, like,
complaining about the car.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Also, second random thing with F1, is Williams still Mercedes partner, or what's the deal there? Okay.
Yep.
I'm shocked by Williams' performance too. Like,
That's what's so crazy about it is they made it public when the new
Yeah, I
regs
remember
were
they
announced
made a thing that
we
was
are
like, we're not going to
throwing
be
these
able.
races away so we can spend all of our money developing the next car, and
Yeah.
they're terrible.
Mhm.
But they
Like
have
that's
points, which shocked me.
so devastating for that
It's
team.
it's insane to see that like how far off the pace the rest of the Mercedes are besides Mercedes and Alpine.
Alpine's
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alpine is insanely better from what they have been.
Yeah.
Yes.
100%.
Scoring points with both drivers. Hell, they're doing better than my beloved, which we're probably just going to retire after this year because the cars are crap.
Ford,
Real.
baby.
God.
Fix it again, Tony.
I'm a Ford guy also, for those at home. So
I
it
do.
hurts me
I
a
do
little bit.
think the writing is on the wall that Max calls it quits after this year,
It's looking
Really?
very
and
likely.
we'll spend this whole year bashing F1 because he
Probably.
doesn't care and knows like penalize me all you want, I'm not coming back.
What do you think he does next?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
he'll
what would
do
he do
endurance racing. He'll do GT because he's running the 24 hours of the Nürburgring
It's true.
already, and I think he
Check the
wants to
article.
do something like that where it is all about the car being the car and all about the driver being the driver, not
Yeah.
you have to save battery while you're going down the straightaway, which means you
See, I
can't go full throttle on a straightaway.
Yeah. See, I would have thought he would have gone and done the most pure form of racing, which is Crown Vic racing at your local dirt track.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I
What some
would
people are
pay.
so shocked to see is that one of his most favorite cars on iRacing is a NASCAR truck.
That is like my favorite
Yes.
random meme.
I hate to see like your former champion in Formula One like doing just crap because their cars suck, and then you have somebody who is a multi-time champion, and Max Verstappen, not doing too hot either. Like it's bizarre this season. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, this past weekend, I think was huge for F1 because Kimi Antonelli got his first win, which was so cool. And I think he's so likable, fan favorite. And like, I think it's moments like that where fans are like, okay, this is the pick me up I needed after just crap, like racing this season or whatever. But I don't know. And then Lewis as well, like first podium with Ferrari, which is a huge
first
deal.
podium with Ferrari and is 202nd of his career, or
Yeah.
203rd. Either way, he still has the record. So just finally got that deal done, which was huge for Ferrari. And the fact that he's enjoying racing again is huge.
Yeah.
Too.
He looks like he's having fun again.
Yeah.
He said
Like
that
that's the biggest. Like last year, yeah, he won the sprint race in China, but this year, it's night and day. Just his whole body, it's different. It's positive. And also, I thought it was fitting that he got a podium with both the Mercedes guys. It's a reunion.
Yeah.
that got the soul. It was good. But no, even Lewis has said, I'm trying to find the quote here too, because I literally wrote about this yesterday. But he said, like, quote, I definitely feel like I'm back to my best, both mentally and physically. Started this voyage in this dream of moving to Ferrari and began the step with them. And this podium has taken longer than I had hoped after a difficult year last year to be able to be part of developing with them, working with them, and just yada, yada, yada. Proud to be in a privileged, privileged to be a part of this brand, proud to be part of the team, if I can say words. But he just, like you said, Adam, like his body language is different. Like he just seems a little lighter this year. And I think they actually have something that they can give him to do what he does, which is win races. And man, I hope that race win for him with Ferrari comes soon. I'd love to see it.
Don't we all?
So would Dom.
Fantastic.
Imagine.
I know.
Yeah. Oh.
Boy, oh boy.
Oh.
No, here's a question I want to ask too is obviously we're going to have the race in Japan and then there's a 35-day break because we're
is this the truck series in the 2000s?
Yes.
Miami is going to be upgrade city. There's going to be so many car upgrades in Miami. It's going to be unreal.
And that's the question is, do we think that we're going to see these teams improve when Miami hits?
There will be teams that step their game up, but I think at the top they're already so far ahead. They're going to be competing for third.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. And I think the biggest fear for Ferrari is what if Mercedes gets better?
Yeah.
Like what if the gap increases rather than decreases? Like we're
Yeah.
already accepting we're going to finish second in the points, but good Lord, we want to make it entertaining. But I think the season's already over for Aston Martin. I think
Yeah.
McLaren's the one team that needs those upgrades desperately in terms of reliability and maybe something with the car to make them faster. But and I would argue, Aston Martin and Williams, they can already chalk it up as you're over.
Which is so disappointing. Like, I started watching Formula One really last year, and I will admit, big Carlos Sainz fan. I think he's a cool guy. Like, I like his vibes, and I was so excited for him when he got the podium with Williams last year. And now it's like, I just wanted to see him do well, and this car sucks. And I'm like, damn, that sucks, you know? So
yeah, it's just crazy because he got hired on the promise that new regs we're going to be all in on new regs, and here we are, and they are awful.
I will say, like, outwardly, like to the media at least, he's been more calm about the frustration, where Alex Albon, for instance, he's like terrible, awful. Like, he's been very outwardly frustrated about it, which don't blame him. I would be too.
Yeah.
Well, he's kind of had a revival of his career too, and then kind of go backwards again is probably tough for him. Like,
1000%.
I think Carlos has kind of resided himself to this is what I need to do right now, and I'll survive and get through it. But I think Alex, having lost a top seat and then running endurance racing and then having a chance to get back on the grid is a big deal. And to go out and run so well as they did last year, and now just go out and run so poorly as they do now, it's probably tough on him and a little bit embarrassing. So I can see some of the frustration.
For sure. Well, folks, that's enough of looking back at the races this past week, which was fun. I thought we talked about some really fun topics there, and diving into more Formula One. I know, by the way, if you want more Formula One content, watch Track Limits with John and Laurel every single week. So be on the lookout for that. I know that they're trying to, Dream Team, coming up with some interesting content for that break. So stay in the loop on that. And of course, go to AboveTheLine.com to look at all of our shows for all motorsports content. But looking ahead, there is no F1 this weekend. There is no INDYCAR this weekend. It is pretty NASCAR forward. Obviously, 12 hours of Sebring is also this weekend, correct? So I don't want to leave that out.
Arizona Nationals for
Arizona National.
Yeah. So there are still other racing besides NASCAR, but we will focus heavily on NASCAR in this. Some news going into this race before we really talk about what I'm very excited about with this weekend, which is the package that these cars will be running. Alex Bowman, it was announced, I believe yesterday, as we're recording this, that he will be out for at least 3 additional weeks, still dealing with symptoms of vertigo. Justin Allgaier will race in his place for this, so that keeps him out through
shocked
Bristol.
It's not Alfredo again, to be honest. Like,
I am too. I am. And I know Justin's their reserve
they
driver.
Explained it in practice that Alfredo is their designated simulator runner, and Allgaier is their designated relief driver.
Yes.
It's just interesting to me to like give it one weekend to Alfredo, but not let him have another. It's weird to me, you know, like, I don't know. It throws me for like, it makes sense. I feel like you could, like, if you're going to invest in Alfredo, like you kind of are, like, it would make sense to be like, hey, we're going to throw you a bone and give you a Darlington or whatever, as to Justin Allgaier, who's like, hey man, you're going to be in O'Reilly probably till you hang it up, man. And there's nothing wrong with that. But like, we're going to also give you, like, I don't know. It's just weird to me. So
I kind of have a theory about that.
Oh, do you want to tinfoil that or not?
I can jump into it. I think with Allgaier, it's not like he's trying to take over the 48 and he's going to go balls to the wall with everything in his power to try to get a win. Allgaier knows his mission is, all right, I need you to practice the car, dial it in, qualify, and then I need you to just bring it home as clean as you can. You're not going out for a win. You just need to get us points on the table. That's really
fair.
all you need to do.
Not a bad
While
theory.
with Alfredo, he's young, he's hungry. They might tell him all that, and he can say, yes, I'm going to do that. You know, if you have an opportunity to win, you're going to try to go for it. You're just a young pup trying to get a dub.
And I think
So
too.
I think you got to go with the sage veteran who knows his place and he's trusted with following those orders.
That's fair.
That's
Now
my
with the
hot
48.
take.
With the 48 now, I think they're just going to use that car for setup, trial and errors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna R&D that 48 car in race to see what they can learn for when they go back to those tracks.
100%.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Give me Myatt Snyder again. Give me my boy.
Tell us what
I
we
want my boy.
want.
Still a fever dream.
Oh, that's going to be a trivia question at some point down the line. I know it.
Oh yeah, 10 years from now we'll be like, actually, you know what? Give it even like
I'll give it 2 years.
3 years. Yeah, I was gonna say 2 or 3 years. Give it 2 or 3 years, and that's a good trivia question. Which we need to do another trivia episode. We meant to do one during the off season, so maybe we'll try to do something trivia. Maybe a Kahoot. Stay tuned. We'll figure it out. But other news this week, just to mention, because there is a driver change in Truck Series. Daniel Dye indefinitely suspended for comments made on a live stream about IndyCar driver David Malukas. NASCAR and his team have suspended him. He'll have to undergo sensitivity training. Because of that, we'll see AJ Allmendinger race in the truck this weekend, which we love seeing AJ Allmendinger race in trucks. I think that's so fun. Other Cup Series drivers that'll be in truck this weekend, Christopher Bell, Carson Hocevar, Ross Chastain, and then I guess former Cup driver, I should say this, is Corey LaJoie. He'll be in the truck this weekend for Rams.
He's there too, yeah.
He's there too. I just thought I'd mention it though. No disrespect, no hate. No, don't mean that. I just,
Former Go Fast Racing alumni, Corey LaJoie.
Wow, hell yeah. Okay.
Man, we really are pulling now.
Well,
Just a TriStar if we really wanted to pull.
I mean,
Oh my God.
I just did the most Larry David thing I've ever seen. You said Corey LaJoie. That was straight out.
That is very Larry David. That's good.
I'm so sorry.
We're really trying to curb our enthusiasm, aren't we?
oh
my gosh, I'm so sorry. That was so good. Okay, but yes,
Corey LaJoie. Yes. Play back Ben's face. I'll put that in the edit. I'll edit.
I'm honestly yeah, we could do that. I'm honestly really excited about the Truck Series this year because I feel like a lot of it's getting Cup guys in, and that kind of makes me happy. Which, granted, it's early in the season; they can run those races, but
is crazy because I'm very curious for you, Ben. If you used to be a person that was like, get these Cup guys out of my series, because like some people like don't like when they're running in O'Reilly, some people don't like when they run in truck. And I feel like there was a point, maybe like 2016, where it kind of reached ahead. I feel like, or like 2016 to 2018, where everyone's like, "Ooh, that's way too much. Don't want them in this series." Yeah,
it was 2016 because Kyle won probably close to 10 races that year, and then they made the switch to shut them down on how many races they could run.
Yeah,
I
don't know. Like, go ahead, Adam.
I hate to admit I was one of those people calling for Cup guys not to run down in the lower series for like half the seasons. But having them back in it now, it's like, you know what? Maybe I will tune into the truck race. Maybe I will tune into O'Reilly. I mean, I was going to tune in regardless, but now I think it starts to tap back into that hardcore. Hey, I only watch the Sunday races. Hey, maybe I do want to check out Kyle Larson in the number 88 Junior Motorsports car. Maybe I do want to see Kyle Busch run the number 7 Spire truck. Like it's enticing.
Yeah. I used to be like that too, but now looking back on it, you know what I romanticized the heck out of? Kyle Busch and Brad Keselowski fighting for that nationwide title, man. Like that owner's title, like, oh my
versus 22.
Oh my, that was like, I would put that on a plate and I'll eat it up with a spoon again. Like that was such good racing and all out, like bare knuckle racing, and hated each other. Oh my gosh, that was so good. So yeah, I miss it at times because I feel like we haven't had that's truly best on best and best equipment, best on best. Like that's like some good stuff, and I would kind of kill for that right now in some ways. So
I will say, first of all, shout out my Uncle Dan, who commented, don't like having Cup guys in the lower series. That is my Uncle Dan. So
what up, Uncle Dan?
Hey,
this is ever clear. No.
He is so glad his name was just mentioned, so we can get that off the screen. But I get the argument. Like, that's their series to run. Let them run their series, because you're taking away wins from them. You're taking away points from them, most importantly. But I think if there's one thing we've learned I know we had a different point system, but there's one thing we learned. It's that these guys race like crazy, and then they get up to the cup level and it doesn't translate. But I think I love Kyle Larson's approach to it, where it is, when I'm in O'Reilly, I want to show them how far off they are from being a cup superstar. It's like, I want to show you how far away you are from being top dog. Which that is what Kyle, Brad, Joey, Carl Edwards, Kevin Harvick, Mark Martin, that's what they did every Saturday. And for Kyle's point and Keselowski's point, every Friday night, we are the needle movers. And your job is to keep up with us so you can learn what it takes. But just know we're not going to hand you this win, because when you get up to our level, we're not going to hand it to you.
Yeah.
And that's just how it goes. I like having the cup guys in the lower series, because that's you have the opportunity to earn their respect before you even get to the cup series. And then you've got them vouching for you, like, hey, why don't we try Anthony Alfredo? I've raced with him in O'Reilly, and he will race you hard but fair. And what was the last time he wrecked his car? So you want to have that. So give me a Kyle Busch 10-win season any day of the week.
I mean, and you talk about too earning their respect, but even too, if you can say that you outdueled somebody like Kyle Larson for a win in O'Reilly, like, I mean, that's a huge resume booster for somebody.
Chase Briscoe at Darlington against Kyle Busch in 2020.
1,000%.
That's probably going to go down. Like when Chase Briscoe retires, and if he makes it into the NASCAR Hall of Fame, that's still to be determined. But that's going to probably lead off the highlight reel package.
Yes.
Like, is going to be him going head to head with Kyle Busch at Darlington and winning, and probably one of the hardest moments of his life. Yeah. And that's kind of the moment that put him on the map. He was kind of floundering and not really as relevant. He'd won at Iowa, I think, the year before. But like, to really do that is insane. Like,
right. I mean, that was his "I've arrived" moment for me, at least with Chase Briscoe, and I think that just kind of catapulted him.
Yeah, it's the moment I'm going to be Tony Stewart's driver, regardless.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got Tony's stamp of approval that day, right there. If I can duke it out with one of the best to suit up in a fire suit and beat him at his own game, that's it. That's
and say what you want about Ricky Stenhouse Jr. too. I mean, with how his career started with Roush in the Cup Series, that is, and obviously Roush was already going through their own stuff where they were slowly getting less and less competitive. But that was what made his 2012 title so impressive, is that he was beating Kyle, Brad, Joey, and them on merit. He was was as good as the best, and that's why it was a no-brainer. Like, we were all like, they've got to get Stenhouse in the 17. It has to be Stenhouse in the 17. So
it's crazy to look back on, like, who was I thinking? There was someone else I was thinking about recently. Maybe it was the Penske Xfinity / O'Reilly program, but like, think about it's RCR. Think about the legacies of those O'Reilly programs. Like, RCR's been the face of the Busch / Nationwide / Xfinity / O'Reilly series for years. And think about Roush, when Mark Martin was like, I'm going to run that team. And he ran that team. And by God, was he killer with that team. So,
and it was like an effortless transition from Martin to Carl Edwards. Because when Carl Edwards took over the 60, he was just as dominant in the 60 car.
And then you had Ricky in the 6 take over and really figure it out. So, like,
and don't forget the bridge between Martin and Edwards was Biffle. Biffle was super consistent and won a championship in that 60.
And then Austin Cindric ruined it.
Busch Series pod, boys.
Come on. God, it was awesome.
I've given the opportunity. You could. You could.
No, we can't. Busch is dead. Busch is dead.
Also, ravaging Wolverine, great minds think alike. Briscoe versus Busch. So,
yeah, 1,000%. 1,000%. I know we mentioned. Well, I guess there's a few things I wanted to mention. Obviously, it's not necessarily throwback weekend. I think we're kind of coining it alumni weekend now. NASCAR's alumni network
Unofficially throwback weekend.
unofficially,
It's
yes,
homecoming
unofficially
weekend.
throwback weekend. Yeah, it's like homecoming weekend. You know,
Yeah.
the NASCAR alumni network puts on a great event for, of course, the sports alumni. There's a lot of fantastic historical folks from the sport, legends of the sport, that are going to be at Darlington this weekend, and I think it's cool that we're starting to kind of honor them, I think, more and more as the years go on. And I think with this alumni network, I mean, putting more emphasis on that is fantastic. So we have that this weekend. With that as well, of course, we have some paint schemes to look at. Typically,
Really quickly,
yes.
I do want to shout out Dave Marcus is the Grand Marshal, and I love Dave Marcus.
I'm
So
so
like,
excited.
that makes me happy.
Can I tell a story about Dave Marcus?
Sure.
Story time.
So we, I was at a luncheon with RCR at Daytona, and Dave Marcus sat across from me. And it was me, Jeff Gluck, and like we were just, Jeff was just asking him questions, and I was just like, I want to be a fly on the wall and just listen, because this is fantastic.
Nice.
And Jeff Gluck asks him, like, hey, like back in the day, you know, nobody had cell phones to like apologize to people. Nobody, you know, there was no technology just to text a guy and be like, hey, you know, sorry about this. And so Jeff goes, what did you do to, if, you know, you had like a confrontation or whatever, and how'd you reach out to somebody? He just lifts his arm and shows a fist. I'm just like, this is incredible.
Awesome.
Like,
I
just
love Dave
badass.
Marcus so much. My buddy got to
man.
meet him a
Very
few
cool.
weeks ago. Like, he was at a restaurant, he bumped into him with his kid, and it was just such a cool experience. So
Really cool
Real
guy.
Tree
Like,
71.
Hell yeah.
that's a diecast I want.
What a legend.
He
Yeah, he's waving the
literally-
green flag.
Legendary.
it's so cool. So cool.
One of the
Yeah.
OG Wisconsin gang members. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's stories about that I'll tell, but that's another time.
Yeah. Oh, but no, like so many cool people are going to be at the track this weekend. And we have
Mhm.
not a whole lot of paint schemes to look at. Typically, if you guys remember in years past, we've done tier lists ranking all of them, but there's just not enough. But I will pull
We
up
got a
kind
good
of-
amount, though. I will say that's come out recently. So
Scattered
Yeah.
across the
Oh,
division.
oh, Ravaging Wolverine. I hear ya. That's a beautiful comment.
oh, gore Schmicky.
Gosh.
Raiders are our friends, ladies.
This is true. This is true.
So be a
Fighters
moose.
are our friends.
He gets it.
Boring, kind of cool, boring.
No, hell,
There
the
we
Long John
go.
Silver's is kind of a throwback.
I guess it kind of, sort of.
That's kind of like an OG throwback to the OG front row days,
Yeah,
but not really.
Russians running the Ricky Hendrick
Yeah.
throwback.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
weird.
Ricky
Yeah.
Hendrick back again.
Okay, I think I've said this on the Daytona live show, but I'll say it again. This car with the 6 font goes hard.
Yes.
Like, and it's
Fast.
only the 6 font, and it goes so hard. Like, that's it.
Mhm. Mhm.
So.
No, it looks phenomenal. Of course, Greg Biffle tribute here. All the RFK
Mhm.
cars have it. It just looks so good. I'm gonna scroll. I'm gonna keep scrolling.
Corey
keep
LaJoy
going.
throwback.
Boring, gross, cool, normal.
I'm gonna say yeah.
I love the
Normal,
Grizzly
normal. Here we
cars.
go.
The
Oh,
Scots
weird.
blue.
I
It
love
looks good. I like it.
I'll
think
tell
it's
you
fun.
what I like about that. I like the Biffle-esque scheme, but the number font is just goofy as hell.
Yeah, it's yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
On the
I
I like
17,
it.
yeah. Doesn't work on the
Here's what-
17.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna go
Use
back to
the
this for a
old
second.
school RFK font.
Here, I need
Did you just
Lionel, if you're
cancel
out
Paint
there.
Scheme preview?
Wow.
no. I
Damn.
have a
No.
message for Lionel because this is important. Lionel, if you're
Okay.
out there, please create like of all the like Greg Biffle tributes, like a pack of like the 164s, and sell them as a pack, even if it's just like this weekend, or even if it's just the
Oh, I
Daytona
bet
one's
they
fine.
will.
But
Oh,
I would
oh,
love to
yeah.
purchase that.
One of the two
So-
of them, I bet, is gonna get.
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I bet they will.
Sorry,
Yeah.
paint scheme previews,
back.
not canceled. We're back. Sorry, that was just a brief intermission.
We are back up.
Ow. Ooh.
Now, cool scheme, not a throwback. Cool scheme.
Freebird.
Matt Kenseth.
I have this box in my
Let's
head,
throwback
yeah.
in every
Mercy.
weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
Here we
right.
go.
That was
That's
that's Daytona.
Yeah,
What?
that's
Well,
fine.
It's a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not too bad.
Kyle Busch.
This
That
is
was-
good.
I-
This is
I like
good.
this
one.
too.
It's sadly throwback.
Yeah.
Let's
It
go.
did make me smile when I saw this one. I was like, "This is nice."
Go 21.
Good.
Yeah.
Keep going. Keep going.
Okay,
Harry
so
Gant.
technically the 42 is a throwback to Harry Gant
Technically.
every week. The fact that the 43 threw back to Wally Dallenbach made me so happy because that's one of those we're gonna make a random poll energy things, and I love it. I'm a little sad that it's not an actual STP car, but I know Advent Health did this last year for this race with a John Andretti car. Lionel, if you're out there, number one, thank you for what you do in some ways. Number two, give me all of the petty 43 stuff. Like I would eat that up with a spoon. I'd be like a crackhead to crack on that. Like, give me all the petty stuff, please. Like, I love it. So thank you for coming on.
Ben, does Richard oblige? Does he agree with you in the background?
Oh, Richard always agrees. That's wrong. Richard always agrees with me, brother.
Oh, yeah.
I'll talk to him at night. There's Richard, everyone. Say hi to Richard. Richard
For those who
hangs
are
out.
listening,
Definitely
yeah,
want
there's
to see the Raptor car again.
Oh yeah. Do you all have cutouts of a driver? Did I miss?
Yeah. The Frito one too. That's even better.
Yeah.
Crazy. My God. You know, I almost got a cutout of Terry Labonte at the tents last year. It had mold on it, so I didn't want to do that. But you know what? Maybe that's a sign. Maybe this
It's
is a
the
sign.
time.
I mean, I might have one in the closet that might look good there. Who knows?
We'll see.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Anyway,
But you know, the tents this
Love
year,
it.
it's gonna go crazy.
the Advent car, yeah.
Just keep scrolling, nothing.
Alright.
Oh,
Hey, this one's really good.
this one's
That's-
fantastic.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Very well
Oh,
done.
even that car
Yeah.
looks good.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Ride the Dente.
Okay. I'm gonna say it. I'm tired of this throwback scheme.
It doesn't do
No,
anything for
You're
me.
right. You're right. I'm tired of the scheme,
It's boring.
but I still think it's cool.
I do not have the Petty Families pack. John, sorry, I just saw your comment.
Is this a
I like
throwback?
that car.
Yeah.
But that car's better.
Oh, right.
This
There
one-
we go. More.
The Garrett
Just
Smith
watching
was
over
a
the
great
97.
What's
Excuse me,
happening?
man.
Come on.
Look at that gorgeous thing.
It's good.
Night and day difference from
Yeah.
last year.
Go back to the
97
JD
is
Motorsports
zero
car.
percent. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Go back.
Go back to the
Oh,
JD
shit.
Motorsports car.
Down.
Okay.
No, the wrong
Oh,
one.
that was a
that
clear
one.
one.
There you go.
The 0. Oh, that's such a pull, man. I love it.
That's cool.
God, if they could have got Flex Seals. as
I
sponsor, that
know,
would've been
it's so
good.
I-
man.
Wish. Bring the guy from the
Get
Flex Seal
Curtis
commercials
Davis
out.
to come out of retirement
Yes.
and drive the 0.
Never
That'd be
forget
cool.
2020 COVID. I think it's Texas when they ran technically 5 cars because they added Morgan Shepherd to the team.
Yes.
That's
And it was Flex Seal, Flex Shot, Flex Glue. They had every
They
product
had
covered.
Flex.
so good.
Flex.
Anyway,
I like the Ollie's car. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
no,
It's
this car's
cool.
good.
I like it. I do.
Yeah.
I don't. Is this a throwback to something or is it just the design?
The
I think it's just-
I think it's just the
Design.
design, which I mean, I like. I think that's
cool
neat.
design.
It's solid.
It's cool.
Keep
good.
going.
Yeah.
Sheldon Creed throwback.
I love the Rita's car, by the way.
Oh,
just a
are there
call out.
Peaches. Ooh, the Peaches car's good.
Peaches.
Peaches.
Oh, peaches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We keep going. We keep going.
Arby's car's better.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
keep going. We're
The Menards
scrolling.
car, of
Oh,
course.
here we go.
Oh yeah, Dean Thompson coming
There
out
it
swinging.
Yeah.
Rawr.
Great.
That's good.
Great scheme. Love that.
Thank you.
That's a good one.
That's nice.
It's the smaller budget. Hey,
Oh.
there's Greg Biffle.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Smaller budget
Yep.
teams do better budget throwbacks. It's the correlation. You have to
Agree.
study it.
And a lot of times too, those companies are more on board to like, I don't want to say ditch their branding, but they're more flexible. It's like
No,
to-
it is. Well, like
all.
CNWsons.com. That's the Subway. Like that's the old Subway
Yes.
thing. Like
that's
they played
cool.
ball, and I love it.
Clark's is National Guard.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Greg Biffle's signature is on the door.
yeah. Like that's sick.
Oh,
It
that's
is not
cool.
Brendan Poole's signature. That is Biffle's signature on the door.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
I will say
Uh,
also the Sunoco scheme is killer. I love it.
Alpha Prime Racing. If you ever see this, I don't think you will, but if you ever see this, I love you so much. That's it.
Just know we
That's simple.
appreciate
Yeah,
you.
I'm Joe.
Ryan Pistano, you're a god.
Yes.
Yeah. These are fine.
Truck.
Now we're
Oh, wait till you see the Rams.
Oh yeah.
The Rams are
The Ra-
good. Yeah.
That's
Bob
fantastic.
Kowalski.
Hell yeah, Bob. Oh,
Johnny Benson throwback.
this one made me so
Lame.
happy. The year I started watching the truck series was this 23 truck, and oh my god, to see it again makes me.
Oh my god.
It's like that's.
Are you aware that Booth 34 has that truck right
I
now?
was not.
They
Oh,
currently
no.
have-
How much is it? We'll talk about that off stream. My credit card information is not public, and it will stay that way. This one though, like that meme of Homer Simpson where he's a kid watching TV and then he's an adult watching TV, and he's happy?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
how I felt when I saw that 11 truck. I was like, the world's gonna be okay for a little bit. So
I love that.
also Tricon
love it.
design, love you guys. This one's good.
More. Stellar.
Oh, that one's really good.
The 14's good. I really love the 14.
I liked 14.
Classic.
It's
Takes me back
incredible.
to Daytona.
Mm-hmm.
More.
Wait,
yeah.
what is the 16 to?
That
Actually,
is
I think it's-
not a throwback.
I don't think it is.
Yeah,
It's
that's
it's
just
purple or blue?
decoration.
But what is a throwback?
That looks like blue.
Looks
It is
purple.
blue.
Maybe I'm blind.
That's Darrell Waltrip,
Yeah, I was
17.
gonna say,
Yeah.
That's
top
cool.
5 paint schemes of all time for me. Weird
Oh, that's
one.
a good one. Yeah.
But I
And they did the 17 too.
Yeah.
Like,
They did the
hell.
font.
Mhm.
That's
respect
cool.
it. Also, again,
yes. Also, go back to the 14.
yeah.
Go back to the 14. Look at the title of it.
The title of it? Dodge
The
Mini
title.
Tyrell
What do you mean by
Drive.
the
The
title?
14
Number
Ram
14
The
Ram.
Ram Ram.
Oh,
Hell
Good
yeah.
on history.
zoinks. My God. Which, by the way, could I shout out Tricon? We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
The
John
creativity.
Palmieri. They had a really fun video this week, actually,
Game.
where they put him against Caden Honeycutt in NASCAR trivia. Very good. Go watch it.
Oh, God, I gotta watch that then. Putting that on my watch list.
This is nice. A nice tribute to
That's
Michael
a
Annette.
net throwback.
It's when he
Yeah.
won
That's an
Daytona
Annette
for
to his
JR.
first win.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very nice tribute. The 25 trucks Corey LaJoy thrown back to his dad.
The Ram.
Ram.
Yep.
That makes
Nothing stops Ram Ram.
There.
That's
Hell
a
yeah.
Dave Blaney throwback.
That's awesome.
So they voted on this one. They took a poll option on social media. The Skull Bandit one should have won. I really like their Skull Bandit option, but
Yeah.
this is solid too. So
I'm a big fan.
Lane Riggs throwing back to his Pocono win last year.
Yep.
These are. I don't think they're anymore. I don't know.
No, I don't think there's any more.
Boring.
I'm shocked Postfar didn't do a throwback for the truck too. That's
You
kind of
know,
shocking.
same. But
Don't
No,
That's
that's
right.
a throwback. That's a throwback to his Kansas win last year.
oh,
Yeah.
you're right. Duh.
Yeah,
Okay.
Kansas.
Yeah, you're right.
Gotcha.
All the Darlington.
Yeah,
I just,
solid.
solid
Good
lineup.
Good.
Yeah.
Good lineup
Good.
for an unofficial.
Yeah. I was gonna say
Yeah.
trucks did pretty good. And
I love.
guess-
Go ahead.
yeah. No, please. Go
I
for
was gonna say I love the revolting of the team just being like, no, we're gonna do it anyway. You can't stop us.
We had this lined up for the next 4 years.
This is
Wait.
what you're getting, baby.
I get teams not wanting to do it. Like, I understand. But like when you tell them like to not do it, or like they're not, nobody's telling them not to do it. They're saying it's optional now, right? And so I
Yeah.
feel like
I think
The
it's
paint
more
schemes-
they were sick of being told to do it.
yes, correct.
They would rather do it
But-
on their own than be forced to do it.
Right. And that way it's more meaningful, I think,
Mhm.
when you're just able to do. But I think besides the throwback schemes, the big thing I'm excited about is the package. 750 horsepower, 3-inch spoiler, few diffuser strakes. These drivers have been like, for me, Vegas really didn't feel like it happened because these drivers were talking about Darlington like leading into Vegas. And I'm like, all right, I guess we're just looking forward to Darlington, but we are. Because I am so thrilled. Chase Briscoe joined Jeff Gluck on his show, the Gluck Cast. And he said it's going to be absolutely out of control talking about Darlington. It's going to be, I think, the hardest track we run on all year long. The added power is one thing, but the biggest thing is taking the diffuser and everything off. I mean, I've ran the sim for probably a week and a half, and you are crashing every corner on every lap, even on new tires. Gentlemen, I'm excited. Like,
The Holy
injected it
Spirit
into my
has re-entered
game.
the chat.
Yes.
It's going to be a
No.
throwback to the driver sawing on the steering wheel every lap.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God this is only 400 miles.
Yeah. Well, it's like
Yes.
I think in the Larry's notes this week before the race, he talked about how the diffuser brings like 75% of the downforce to the car already, and so that being gone is going to be
Yes.
insane to think about.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it's going to be so
I'm-
good.
It's going to be old school. Old school is going to win this weekend.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Is there? This
I-
isn't a new tire, right? Too or
Not a new tire from Goodyear's
It
notes.
won't matter. It's
It won't- I mean, it
Darlington.
won't
It's gonna
matter.
beat the shit out of them.
chew it up and spit it out. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Let me look at my notes real quick because I had Goodyear stuff. I mean,
I don't
it's
think
the
so.
same tire. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
it's the same tire. Um,
Gotta rock, man.
yeah. No, I'm excited. I feel like a lot of us have been a little disappointed with Darlington's product, especially in the spring the past few years. I remember last spring, I mean, Byron really ran away with it. Everyone's like, oh, like whatever. And then we had those like cautions, and then it was
Mhm.
Reddick versus Blaney. Then Hamlin ended up, like winning it all. And um, everyone was just kind of like, man, like we love Darlington, but the just product wasn't there. So I'm excited to see how this revives the excitement about the on-track action for Cup specifically. And just to
Mhm.
clarify too, for the race weekend, NASCAR will run the same tire setup we saw this past week at Vegas.
Okay.
O'Reilly and Truck will run the same tire setups they used at Darlington last year. So
Okay.
heads up there from our friends at Goodyear Racing. But yes, I'm so thrilled. Adam, are you gonna be at the track
I'm going Friday night and
Friday?
Saturday
Okay.
evening. Yes.
Okay.
I wish I
Keep it
could
on
go
for the
Sunday.
weekend.
If anybody else can go, this weekend was definitely a weekend to go catch a race. It's going to be bonkers.
I'm so excited. Now,
And honestly, TV does not do Darlington justice. I think
no.
we talked about this last year,
Mhm.
how if you're actually at the track, there are battles throughout the field. Not just the camera following the leader for 300 some laps. There's battles throughout. So if you're close to Darlington, not a far drive for a lot of people around the Carolinas, try to get out to it. It's going to be worth it.
And to that point, Dom, when we did Above the Line at the track last year, I think we had a different perspective than I think a lot of people did at home. I mean, Andy brought up the point, like we saw more passing through the field. I mean, it wasn't a fantastic product, and we admitted that as much on the show, but we definitely had a glimpse of what we thought was a bit better racing than I think what the fans at home were able to see.
For sure. Yeah, and I think too, I mean, the biggest point is like the race, being at the race is completely different than watching the race at home.
Oh, always.
So, yeah, and I think Darlington, like Adam said, like it's the perfect example of that, because when you're at Darlington, like you live the history of it, you can feel how old school it is, and it still races old school. So to
Mhm.
have all of these changes, it's going to make people nostalgic. Like, man,
Yeah.
the 24 does look like it's Gordon driving it. Like the 48, it does look like it's Jimmy Johnson driving it again. So I think I think it's going to be a really great weekend. And yeah, Darlington, like even if you can't see it on the TV, there is always
Yeah.
action happening at
Oh, yeah.
Darlington.
The 42 looks like it's going to be driven by Wally Dallenbach. I love you, Wally Dallenbach. Whatever you're doing, man, you're great.
I'm so excited. I can't wait.
Same.
For me, Darlington is my favorite track. I love it. I adore it. I mean, also that's an added bonus that the media center, the parking lot's right next to the media center for media. And like, it's accessible for us and it's really nice. But regardless of that, like the facility's fantastic. The history behind it's fantastic. Just everything about it is so awesome. And I've been so hyped for this weekend. And with this added like twist with this new package and how tough these drivers have said it's going to be, even just like Denny Hamlin, and we've had other drivers talk about it too. Like I'm excited. So everyone get ready for a fantastic race weekend.
It's on my bucket list. I want to go so bad.
Gotta go. If you guys have never gone to Darlington, you have to go. I promise you, it is worth it. It is so fantastic. What's also worth it is getting your trading cards from NASCAR, from Card Gorilla. Make sure to go to the website, cardgorilla.com/ATYL to get all your trading cards, join the breaks, etc. Thank you so much to Dan from Card Gorilla for partnering with us. And of course, make sure to check out all of our other content too, by the way. We've got Below the Yellow Line that just had their episode out literally the hour before this show. So after this, make sure to go watch their episode. Buddy and Sal go off the rails quite a bit. So if you like that energy, that's the show for you. And of course, Track Limits with John and Laurel. So stay tuned for all that, all of our other content as well. And of course, we talked about Card Gorilla, but got to thank our other partners here too. Goat Locker Racing, which, by the way, they're giving away their 15th full sim rig to a veteran this coming week, which is very exciting. They've given away plenty more than 15, but definitely something worth noting to them. So congrats to them on all the growth that they have had in helping our nation's heroes. Benzik Designs, and of course, On Brand. Appreciate all of them for partnering with us here at ATYL Media. This has been the Midwestern Goodbye, you guys. I'm rambling so much, but we appreciate you all for tuning in. We are so excited for this race weekend. Everyone have a safe race weekend. And from my